Hello and welcome to Retro Reviews, my channel where I review my favorite retro video games of all time, as well as some modern releases I have recently finished. The modern release that I want to look at today is Dredge. This is one that's been recommended to me for quite a while from my comments section, and one that I've wanted to play. I really liked Dave the Diver, and I know they had like a crossover at one point, so I'm like, I should check out Dredge. I wasn't exactly sure what it was, but I had a really fantastic time with this one. If you're unaware of what Dredge is, it is a fishing simulator with a horror twist built in. It is quite a creepy game. There are lots of things that absolutely scared me to death when I played through, when I encountered them for the very first time. So I want to talk about what makes Dredge a really special indie game and why you should check it out, because I really enjoyed my time with it. Now, first and foremost, this is a standard fishing sim. You play as a fisherman on this boat. You go to this town and you're the new fisherman for the town. So your job is to get the fish to the fishmonger. He pays you, it feeds the town. Very simple start to the game. You go out and you catch some fish. There's just a couple of varieties that you can catch. You just have a standard rod. It's not very strong. Your engine isn't very good on your boat or anything like that. Your boat's pretty weak, so if you crash into rocks and stuff, you take damage too many times, you lose, and you have to load your game back up. It's pretty standard stuff. But the NPCs of the town will tell you little things about nighttime and what happens in this town. And you get a little creepy ambiance from the town itself. You get a little creepy setup and everything. And you start to see that at nighttime, a mist comes in, a fog comes in, and things start to happen. You have a little meter on the middle of your compass in the middle of the screen that will show you a little eye. Once the eye is open, that means your character is starting to let a little bit of panic set in. This typically happens at night. And when you are exposed to more and more of these things that happen at night, it gets more and more panicked, and to the point where it's like red eye and darting around really fast. That's how you can kind of gauge where you need to be. You can avoid this entirely by sleeping at ports, or if you get to a point where you're panicking and you get to a port, then you're able to sleep through the night and then you're able to be okay. Or even if it's gotten all the way to daytime, you can still rest at any point to get rid of that panic and that fear that sets in. Lots of things will happen. I'll try not to spoil much, but I'll give you just a couple things that happen, especially early game. My first experience with the dark, when everything rolls in, and I decided I'm going to go out and fish, because they also tell you certain fish only come out at night, which of course is reason to go out there. And so you go and start catching some of these fish. My first encounter was something that all of a sudden I saw a quick line going straight to my ship, and then it said something slithered into your cargo bay. Horrifying, absolutely horrifying. I'm checking my cargo bay to see what's going on. I find out my fish are infected. I don't even know what that means, but it scared the crap out of me. The next thing that happened, I started to notice the same little eye icon out in the water, like something was peering at me from a far distance. Absolutely terrifying. And what's even worse is some of the descriptors that it gives you, like for your light. It gives you, like, you can go to the shipyard and the ship person will install new lights, new rods, new equipment onto your ship to make it better in some kind of way, new engines and everything. And it'll say something like, the light lets you see in the dark, or lets other things see you, which absolutely horrified me to the point where about half of the game, I did not use my flashlight a single time. And when I started using it, I found out for good reason why I wasn't using it. The only reason to use your flashlight is to look for fishing spots in the night, or to make sure you're not about to run into things. I damaged my ship multiple times. If you get unlucky, sometimes it disables your engine, and then you're crawling at a snail's pace at nighttime, all panicked, trying to get back to dock, just so you can avoid getting panicked or getting attacked by something in the night. There are plenty of horrors out there, plenty of monstrosities, plenty of terrifying things that, unless you experience it, you won't understand why it's so scary. But it's really good the way that they implement these into the gameplay. It discourages you from going out at night, but there are enough things to draw you in that sometimes you'll be like, I'm going to go out at least for a little bit, and then you get stuck out somewhere, like you might damage your ship and your engine's cracked, and then you have no idea what to do. You're terrified of what might come and get you, and you're just hoping and praying that you make it back to dock. It's a very nice system of incentives. It's a really great overall gameplay loop. I think they do a really good job. Once you get out of the first area, you have 4 other major areas that you'll be going to collect certain relics, certain artifacts that you are tasked with from an NPC from a close by region. And once you go and collect that and take it back to him, he will give you a specific upgrade for your ship. I will give you just the first one, and I will talk about the other ones in general terms. So again, little spoiler here, but nothing too terrible. The first big thing that you unlock is called haste. It allows you to go a lot faster on your boat, regardless of your engine that you use. It just gives you a little speed boost for a while. But if you use it too much, if you let it go too far, you fill up your meter all the way, it damages your engine, which is obviously not good. And if you use this ability or any of your other abilities at nighttime, it increases your panic a lot faster. So it's a big risk reward thing to be using these at nighttime, especially when you kind of need some of them. Some of them come in handy very late on when you're trying to collect some of the fish. You can fill out your fish compendium. There are plenty of different varieties of fish that you can catch. The bigger ones typically net you a little more money, but you also have aberrations of each fish. Some have up to 3 aberrational forms. Some only have 1 or 2, and these come in just various times. You have little bonuses that will increase the chance of getting an aberration. Some rods allow you to do this. Some crab pots, you can also get stuff like that to catch crabs and things that can only be caught in the crab pot, or other things that can only be caught by a trawling net. You have ways to increase the chance of getting an aberration, but they are mostly random, and it's really darn fun. By the time I was getting close to the end of the game, I decided I'm going to go and catch every single fish, and it's actually pretty darn streamlined. If you've caught one aberration of a fish, I don't know if this is 100% true, but it was my experience that I never got the same aberration twice looking for another one. So if one fish has 2 aberration forms, I would catch one, and then the next aberration I caught was the other one that I was looking for, which I think is a really nice system since it is random, since it is a pretty low percent that you're going to get an aberration. I liked this as well. There are also lots of side quests, lots of NPCs that you can find in random spots throughout the world that don't exactly tie into the main narrative, or they'll give you like little bits and pieces of the overall arcing lore. It's really nice the way they tie everything in here. It's a pretty simple loop. The way that you catch fish, you have like a little meter when you go to fish, you click F, and if you're on keyboard and instead of like controls, I don't know what it is on controller, you click F and it gives you a little meter, and you see a little thing going around a dial. You click when it goes into a little green bar, and that helps you pull the fish up faster. Catching fish will pass time a lot faster too, so you have to be kind of wary of that when you're catching fish versus wanting to be out at nighttime and stuff like that. Some will have a different gimmick where it'll go like back and forth instead of in a full circle, and your green bars get smaller and smaller based on how hard the fish is to catch or how big the fish is. Sometimes they'll see a yellow bar, and that means you're going to catch a trophy. If you get the timing correct on that one, they're usually smaller. Those net you more money, which it's all a really nice thing. It's a little basic. I don't think it's the most complex fishing experience I've ever had, but it does the job. You also will be dredging up materials in lots of places. You'll see spots where it looks like a fishing spot, and you get up there and it's like, oh, this is a wood dredging spot, or metal, or research parts to upgrade to get some stuff for upgrades for my ship, like new rods or new engines. You'll also use those materials to upgrade your ship to give you more cargo space and give you more spots for fishing rods or for trawling nets, stuff like that. So it incentivizes you to dredge a lot. You can also find treasure. It's really darn fun the way that they implemented all this together. The dredging is like 2 bars, one on top of another. You have little black dots in the middle, and you have to just avoid them going back and forth. Again, pretty basic, but it does the job pretty well. The way that they implement this and make it a little more challenging is that you'll have certain obstacles in your way. Certain areas will have different enemies that will come after you while you're trying to fish or while you're trying to dredge. So you have to do it strategically, lure them away, or do things in a way that allows you to get the thing that you're looking for ultimately. And typically when you're finding these relics, they offer a very specific challenge. You have to solve a big puzzle for the area. Once you've solved it, then you can move on and get that relic, get it back to the person, and get your ultimate prize, which is a new ability for your ship. It all works really, really neatly. One of my biggest criticisms with the game is it's kind of light. I know this is an indie title, but it does feel like I just was wanting more. I guess that's a good thing. I wanted more of this game. There is DLC for this, which I have not quite played. I will probably do a separate review of that if I ever end up getting it. I've heard lots of good things about it. It's a little bit pricey, so I haven't bought it yet. I've been waiting for a good sale on that specifically. Typically, you can get the complete version for pretty cheap, so if you're going to go that route, I got the base game for free, so I didn't have to spend a dime. But if you're going to go for this game, if you're going to buy it, I'd recommend getting the complete edition so you can just experience all that. New areas, new fish, different gimmicks to do and everything. But I do like what the content is. I just kind of wish there was more in the base game, and I wish it was just a little more complex with things like the fishing mechanics. Other than that, this is a really tight story. I really like the lore. The NPCs are really cool. They're very well written. The music feeds into the ambiance perfectly. They do a really good job at the music in this game, especially at nighttime when it feeds that panic. The monsters that they have in this game are terrifying. I really like what this game is overall. So if you haven't checked out Dredge, I highly recommend you do so. I'm going to be giving Dredge a gold rank. I think this is a very fun experience from start to finish, a very spooky experience, especially around the Halloween time, and I think that you would enjoy it as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.